Hi everyone, welcome back to the Class 47 Peter YouTube channel, and in today's video I'm going to be taking a look at the Liverpool and Manchester Railway third class carriage from Hornby. Now, the Liverpool and Manchester Railway third class carriage has been announced and released by Hornby to expand on the Stephenson's Rocket 2020 train pack. And this was announced back on July the 1st, and as you can see in front of it, I've got 3 of them. Now, there is a reason why I've bought 3 on them, but I'll get onto that a bit later. Now, it has taken a little while to get this review out. I know there are reviews on this model already out there on YouTube, but I thought I'd do my own personal review on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of these unboxed, and then I'm going to get it over onto the layout, and we're going to have a look at it in detail, because there's no point unboxing and going through the detail on all of them because it's exactly the same model, so there's no point really. So here I have one of the carriages that's been unboxed, and it's down here on the layout. Now, the reason I have 3 of them is because originally I was only planning to buy one of them, because the rocket replica at the NRM only has one. So I'd only planned to buy the one of them. And so I pre-ordered it from the Hornby website, but I didn't get an email to confirm that I had pre-ordered it, and my instinct first of all was it hasn't gone through. So in order to assure that I could get one of these, I then pre-ordered another one from Carriage. And it was only when, just as these were released, when they arrived in the Hornby warehouse, I got an email from Hornby confirming that my order had arrived at the warehouse and it was ready to be dispatched, and they'd also taken the payment from me. So I ended up with 2 of them in the end, but that wasn't a big issue, because I thought in the end I might as well get 2 of them because that would look quite nice. But then I saw some photos where someone had bought 3 of these, and they'd put figures inside the coaches and they'd coupled them up behind Rocket along with the 3 carriages that you get in the train pack. And so that inspired me to go out and buy a 3rd one, which I bought from Olivia's Trains, and I've now got 3 of them, and so I'm really quite happy with that. So I've got 2 nice trains to go behind the Rocket. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to see just how well that this model runs. And so to do that, I'm going to do what I did in my review of the HAA hopper wagons. I'm going to push this along the track, and I'm going to see how far it goes to, so I can see how well it runs. And so that's before it's decided to roll back, because there is on a slight slope there. Before it did roll back, it got to about here, near to the terraced houses. So that's actually not too bad, that's really good. So now we're going to move on to the detail. So first of all, this model is fitted with metal wheels, which is good. You can also see the detail there just underneath the carriage. And even though that you're never going to see that detail is very impressive. On the body sides we have separately fitted door handles, which have been painted. Now, from certain angles it looks like that they're moulded, but actually when you get up close to them they have actually been separately fitted. It's the same story as well with the coaches that you get in the Stephenson's Rocket train pack. On the frames of the carriage we have footsteps, as you can see. We've also got some very nice rivet detail in places. Plus we've also got the axle boxes and the springs. The model is also fitted with plastic buffers as well. They're not made out of metal, but I'm not too personally fussed about that. They still do look nice, I think, anyway. And just look at the detail there. Excuse me, giant finger there. In the gaps there, where those buffers are. All the detail that you see on the real coach has been captured perfectly on the model. Now, just like with the coaches that you get in the Stephenson's Rocket train pack, instead of them tension lock couplings, you do have the little plastic coupling hooks, and you get an accessory bag with 2 plastic chain link couplings. Now, these couplings I really do love to see on the models, especially just to have them coupled up. I mean, they do look more satisfying to the eye than the tension lock couplings, and so they really do look more realistic, and they are quite reliable as well. I've had no issues with reliability with these couplings whatsoever, running around on my layout, or even with its reversing around on the layout, or reversing into or out of sidings. I've not had any problems with the couplings at all. The only thing I would say with the couplings though is that they are a bit fiddly. It's not so much of a pain to uncouple the loco from the coaches, but trying to uncouple the coaches is a different story because of all the fragile bits of detail. And I personally don't like the idea of having to uncouple the coaches in case I damage any of the separately fitted detail parts. And for that reason, the Stephenson's Rocket and its coaches live on the layout in the siding which you have all will have seen it in. And because also it's a fixed rake, so I don't have any intention to keep uncoupling and coupling the loco and the coaches, especially because it is a bit fiddly to do, if I'm honest, to keep uncoupling and coupling the coaches up. So the coaches will live on the layout. The livery application on this model is superb. A very nice even coat of blue. There's no imperfections in the paintwork at all whatsoever, or any blemishes or marks anywhere. And the livery is the correct shade of blue as well. And also, we've got the crisply applied lining on the body sides of the coach there. And that's being done perfectly. There's been no imperfections with the printing of the lining at all. On the inside of the coach, you can see we have some really nice wooden floor detail with the planks there. And the inside of the couch has been painted a brown colour, which looks really nice. The only thing that this model needs are some passengers, which I have bought a pack of figures, standing ones, to go into this model, because this coach doesn't have any seats because it's a third class. The second class carriages did have seats, but the third class carriages didn't, so the passengers would have had to stand in the coaches. So I have bought some standing figures to go inside these, which I think will be very nice to add in the model. I have found that with adding passengers you can just about get away with not adding figures in normal coaches, but in coaches like this, in the open top ones, I just think that they'll look better with the passengers inside them. So that'll be a nice improvement to make to the models, to add the figures in. So I can't wait to do that. So that's the end of my review for the Liverpool and Manchester Railway third class carriage from Hornby. And my conclusion for this model is, it's a great model. It's accurate and correct to the prototype. All the details that you see on the real thing, they're present on the model. And as I said with the Stephenson's Rocket train pack, it's like that Hornby have taken a shrink ray gun to the real thing and shrunk it down to the scale of a 00 gauge model. It's accurate to the real thing. They are sold out in most places. I believe Kerner still had some in stock prior to filming this video. Whether they still do, I don't know. But if you can still find some retailers selling these, then I'd definitely recommend you get one, because they're a great addition to go with the Stephenson's Rocket train pack. And I do like that Hornby have expanded on the Stephenson's Rocket train pack by giving us the third class carriages, and it's great to have a rake of these to go with Rocket. So that means that occasionally, every once in a while, I can have Rocket pulling the carriages that it comes with the train pack, as well as pulling the third class carriages. I could even perhaps couple up the third class carriages to the carriages that it came with and make a nice train there, which is something I'll probably also will be doing on occasion. So it's nice to have another train to go with Rocket. And like I say, I think it's a fantastic model. So I couldn't fault it. I've got no issues or problems with it. So I am where I am with that. I'm happy with it. I'm satisfied. It's ticked all my boxes. So I recommend it if you can get one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to couple up the 3 carriages, and I'm going to get Stephenson's Rocket pulling them around the layout. So thank you for watching this review, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you like what you see, then subscribe to the channel. Also feel free to post a comment, and also hit the like button whilst you're at it. Don't forget to check out all my other content I have on the channel, and I'll see you again next time. But until then, stay safe and take care. Goodbye.